So last time we started the discussion about spiritual masters and the chain of disciplic succession coming from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we talked about how Chaitanya Charitamrita is a postgraduate study. And this is for scholars who are really seeking the absolute truth. This is not for anybody, any average person. And how we get knowledge is by oral reception. Please go on mute. I can hear a lot of static. And then we talked about 14 Sanskrit verses that describe the absolute truth. And then how the first manifestation is described as the spiritual master, who comes as initiating spiritual master and instructing spiritual master. And then we talked about the incarnation avatars of the Lord, who are non-different from the Lord. This is very advanced subject matter. Not everybody will understand this. And then the three principal manifestations, consorts in the kingdom of God, Vaikunta, the queens of Dwarkadama, and then the damsels, the gopis of Vrajadama. So these are all the principal manifestations of the Lord. And we also discussed that the absolute truth is manifested in diversity in one unit called Godhead, right? And then the philosophy known as Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva means simultaneously we are all one with God and we are also different from God. And then we went into these texts. I think we discussed text 1 and 2. So we will go into text 3. I think we discussed 3 also, but we'll discuss it again. Yadadvaitam brahmanopanishadi tadapi asya thanubha.
Yadadvaitam brahmopanishadi tad api asya tanubha.
Ya atmantar yami purusha iti soamsya vibhavaha.
Yo atmantar yami purusha iti sosyam vibhavaha.
Sadaishvarya hi purno ya iha bhagavan swayam aya ayam.
Sad
Aishwarya Purno
ya iha
Bhagavan Swaswayam Ayam.
Na chaitanyat krishnat jagati paratatvam paramiha.
na chaitanyat krishna
Jagati
paramiha.
Param Tattvam Paramiha.
So the Upanishads describe the impersonal Brahman is but the effulgence of the body. Right? So Brahman. So Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sabdyate. So Brahman is level 1, Paramatma is level 2, and Bhagavan is level 3. So Brahman is the effulgence of the body of the Lord. And the Lord known as Super Soul is but his localized plenary portion. So localized means it's in the heart, our heart. Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead with 6 opulences. We discussed this last time. Aishwaryasya, Viryasya, Samagrasya, Jnanasya, Vairagyasya, Shriyo. That is his 6 qualities that God has. So he's the absolute truth and no truth is greater than or equal to him. Simple. There's nothing beyond him. Anarpita charim chirat karunaya vatirnaha kalau.
Anarpita char im chirad karunayavatirnaha kalau.
Samarpayitum unnatojvalarasam swabhakti shriyam.
Samarpayitum unnato jvala rasam swabhakti shriyam.
Harihi purata sundara dhyuti kadamba sandipitaha.
Harihi purata sundara dyuti kadamba sandipitaha.
Sada hridaya kandare spuratu vaha sachinandanaha.
Sada hridaya kandare spuratu vah Sachinandanaha.
May the Supreme Lord, who is known as son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart, resplendent with the radiance. Radiance means brightness of molten gold. This is the color of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body. He has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before. The most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. So, no other incarnation has given this before. What is that? Causeless mercy. Even though you didn't do anything, Krishna is giving his mercy to you via Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose body is looks like molten gold, and he is the son of Srimati Sachi Devi. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Hladini Shaktirasmad. एकात्मानव अपि भुवि पुरा देह भेदम गतौथो.
Ekatmanav api bhuvi pura deha bedam gatau tau.
चैतन्याख्यं प्रकटम अधूनथद्वयं चैक्यम आप्तम.
Chaitanyakyam prakatam aduna tadvayam chaikyamaptam.
राधा भाव द्युति सुवलितम नौमि कृष्ण स्वरूपम.
Radha bhava dyuti swalitam naumi Krishna swarupam.
So the loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. So the loving affairs are coming from the pleasure-giving potency known as Hladini Shakti. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity previously, they separated themselves. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Originally, Radha and Krishna were one. Then they separated. 5,000 years ago, they gave their leelas in this millennium for us. So they separated much before that. But for our practical purposes, 5,000 years ago, you see Radha and Krishna's Pranaya Leela. Now they have again united 540 years ago as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I bow down before him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani. Complexion of Srimati Radharani. Remember we said molten gold in the last verse? That is the color of Srimati Radharani. Our color is white skin, brown skin, black skin, yellow skin. But Radharani's skin is color of molten gold. You should see gold when it is melting. It is like very bright color. That is the color of Srimati Radharani's skin. Right? Although he is Krishna himself. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but his bodily hue is that of Srimati Radharani. 1.6 Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahimaksh Hidriso Vanaiva.
Shri Radhayaha pranaya mahima kidrisho vanayaiva.
Swadhyo enadbhuta madurima kidriso va madiya.
Swadyo yenadbhuta madurima kidrisho va madiyaha.
Saukyam chasya mad anubhavataha kidrisam vetti lobhat.
Saukyam chasya mad anubhavataha kidrisham veti lobat.
Tadbhavadyah samajani sachigarbha sindho harindhu.
Tad bhavadyaha samajani sachigarbha sindau harinduhu.
Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him, means in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or in Krishna, that she alone releases her through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. So she relishes through her love. Oh, I am loving Krishna. And she realizes the sweetness of Krishna's love. So, this mutual reciprocation of love is what Krishna wanted to understand. So, he took the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi, just like moon appeared from the ocean. We covered this also last time, but it's good revision. So, Lord Krishna wanted to experience the love of Radharani towards him. And when he loves her back, what she relishes, how she enjoys his love, he wanted to experience that. So that is why he came in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sankarshana Karanato Yashai
Sankarshanah karanatoya shahi.
Garbhodashai Chapayo Abdhishai
Garbhodashayi cha payobdishayi.
Sheshascha Yashyam Kalaha Sanityam
Shesascha yasyam sa kalah sanitya.
Nandakya Ramaha Sharanam Mamatsu.
Nandakya Ramaha Sharanam Mamastu.
So there are three forms of Vishnu. We discussed this last time. Karanodaksai Vishnu, Garbhodaksai Vishnu, and Kshirodaksai Vishnu. So normally in India they say Vishnu, just one. No, three different forms. So that description comes from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. May Sri Nityananda Rama be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshana, Sheshanaga, and the Vishnus who lie in the Karna ocean, Garbha ocean, and ocean of milk are his plenary portions and the portion of his plenary portions. Plenary means fractional. Like, if the 100% is Krishna, 90%, 80%, 60%, 40%, these are all plenary portions. 1.8 Maya tite vyapi vaikunta loke
Maya tite vyapi vaikunta loke.
Purnaishvarya Sri Chaturvyuha Madhye
Purnaishvarye Shri Chaturvyuha Madhye.
Rupam Yashodbhati Sankarsanakyam
Rupam yasyodbhati sankarshanakyam.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
So first we take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. Then he will take us to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's why Prapadye means taking shelter of Sri Nityananda Rama. Maya Atite means beyond the material creation. Vyapi means everything is expanding. What is expanding? Vaikunta Loke. Means it's constantly expanding. Vaikunta Loka is not constant, it's expanding, expanding. Purna Aishwarya, endowed with full appearance, opulence. Aishwarya. Remember, we talk of six Aishwaryas Krishna has. This is full of this opulence. Shri Chaturvyuha Madhya, in the quadruple expansions of Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. So, Supreme Lord first expands into these four. And from Sankarshana again we have second quadruple expansions. Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Right? And then he says, from that Sankarshana comes Lord Balarama, and from Lord Balarama comes Lord Nityananda. So these are all plenary portion coming from a plenary portion. The fractional portion coming from that fractional portion, coming from that whole, known as Sri Krishna. That's why understanding Krishna is very difficult. Normally in India, they'll have a temple of Krishna. They'll go and say, oh yeah, Krishna is stealing butter. They will just talk very lightly because they don't have the depth of understanding of who Krishna is. From Krishna, all these Chatur Vyuha expansions are coming. So I surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, who is known as Sankarshana, in the midst of the Chatur Vyuha, consisting of Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He possesses full opulences and resides in Vaikuntha Loka, far beyond the material creation. Right? Quite far. There's no way you can even think of going normally. Only way to go is if we have bhakti, and if he allows us, then we'll go. If the infinite allows the finite to understand the infinite, then the finite can understand the infinite. Right? If the infinite allows the finite, us, to understand him, then we can understand him. Otherwise, we cannot understand him. 1.9. Maya Bharta Janda Sangrah Srayangaha
Maya Bharta Janda Sangashrayangah
Shete Sakshat Karanam Bodhi Madhye
Ete Sakshat Karanam Bodhi Madhye
Yashyai Kamshah Shri Puman Adi Devas
Yasyai Kamshaha Shri Puman Adi Devas
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
Tam Shri Nityanandaramam Prapadye.
I offer my full obeisances unto feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, whose partial representation is called Karnodakasai Vishnu. Like 2 verses ago, he said how his expansions come to Karnodakshay, Garbhodakshay, and Kshirodakshay. That's the expansion is now described. Lying on the Karana ocean is the original Purusha, the master of illusory energy. He is doing all this illusory energy, right? In the grand scheme of things, neither you are suffering nor I am suffering. There is no coronavirus, there is no hunger, there is no thirst, nothing. This is all illusion. He has created this illusory world for us to think that we are enjoying and suffering. Right? It seems very real because we have not understood Krishna fully and we have not surrendered to him. Once we surrender, we'll get out of this illusion. Until you surrender, illusion will keep on happening. Right? Everything is illusion. Like Narada Muni once asks, my Lord, can you show me what Maya is? And then the Lord puts him into Maya. Narada Muni thinks that he's getting married, he has kids, he's working, he's doing farming, he has some crops. Suddenly the crops vanish and he starts crying. And then the people who loaned him money for the seeds, they will come and ask for their money. He's crying even more. And finally says to his wife and family, you die. Because of you, I'm suffering so much. And then there is a fire. His wife and kids get burnt in the fire. And then he cries even more. And then Krishna taps on his shoulder. Narada, are you okay? And Narada says, my Lord, what's happening? I thought I was married and I had kids and all that. Now you understand what Maya is? That is Maya. So each one of us is in Maya. We are thinking my husband, my wife, my kids, my parents. So you have to get out of this. We are unable to get out of this. We are stuck in this Maya. Right? So we have to go to Maya Atita Loke, which is what? In the last verse. Maya Atita Loke is Vaikunta. Remember that? Maya Atita Vyapi Vaikunta Loke. So beyond this material creation, all expanding Vaikunta Loka, the spiritual world is there. But we are thinking we have to make money, we have to cook a dal roti, we have to be here. So unless we surrender to the Lord, we will never get out of that Maya. So Maya Bharta. Bharta means husband in Indian languages. Maya Bharta, who is the husband of this illusory energy? That is Sri Krishna. Aja Anda Sangha. Anda means egg. So each universe is like an egg. Brahma Anda. So Aja Anda Sangha of the multitude of universes. Right? They all come from this Karana, causal ocean, from the body of Karanodakasai Mahavishnu. Karanodakasai Mahavishnu. Yasyam samsah Srila Garbhodashayi
Yasyam Shamshaha Srila Garbhodashayi
Yanna Vyabjam Loka Sangata Nalam
Yennabhiyabjam lokasanghatanalam.
Lokashrashtuhu Shutika Dhama Dhatus.
Lokashashtuhu sutika damadhatus.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
I offer my full obeisances. Obeisance means Shashtanga Namaskar unto the feet. So you always obeisance to the feet. You are not qualified. We are actually not qualified to see the face of the Lord. So when we do obeisance, we do it to the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, who is considered Adi Guru. Right? To go to Krishna, you have to go through a guru, and that is Sri Nityananda Rama. However, even Nityananda Rama is not accessible. Therefore, we have to go through our guru, who is the disciple of Prabhupada, who is the disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Like this, if you go through this chain, then we will understand Krishna. So I created just 3 slides of understanding why Bhagavad Gita. Right? So the 3 slides are very simple. This is for my newcomer students. Tomorrow I am giving a class to newcomers at 4:45 to 5:45, 1 hour. So the soul falls from the spiritual world. First we go through heavens, and from heavens we fall to material world. So this material world has these different layers, and then we suffer as Adhyatmika Klesha, Adi Bhautika Klesha, Adi Daivika Klesha. Then as our suffering increases, then we inquire, question mark, why am I suffering? And if you think you are not suffering, then you are in illusion. Actually, we are already in illusion. Then we need a boat to cross over the miseries. We need a captain of the ship. So they are captains. A good captain of the ship is rare and is not accessible. Like you cannot go and talk to Narada Muni right now. So in the Parampara, we have Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who appealed to modern mind in regional languages. Then came Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who can appeal to modern mind in English language. Then we came to Srila Prabhupada, who can appeal to modern mind in English language and localized in international locations across the world. And his books are translated in multiple languages. Right? So that what do we need to do? The soul can learn the techniques given by the parampara, and we do a minimally viable process. So you're all aware of MVP in your office. It has to be minimally viable. You don't need to do the whole thing. You don't have time to do the whole thing. So which is chanting of 16 rounds, 4 regulative principles, such as no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit relationship, no gambling. If you do this, and then you do association of devotees like you are doing right now virtually, reading the books for inspirational knowledge, hearing lectures on YouTube, KrishnaTube, in person, Zoom, WebEx, then we can go back to Godhead. Right? So this is what I was trying to explain. Originally the soul is in the spiritual world. We first fall to heavens. From heavens we fall to material world. We are suffering in 3 ways. The Adhyatmika Klesha, Adi Bhautika Klesha, Adi Daivika Klesha. Then we are forced to inquire. Only intelligent people inquire, which is only like 0.001% of the population. The remaining people are all pretty much living like animals. They have no idea what the world is. They have no idea what God is. Right? Most people live like animals, and they will continue to live. So very rarely will somebody come to the platform of understanding, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. And then to cross over this ocean, you need a captain. So we talked about various captains like Narada Muni, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Prabhupada. So that we can learn the techniques given by the Parampara to do a minimally viable process of chanting 16 rounds, following these principles of freedom, associate with devotees, book reading for inspiration, hearing lectures so that we can go back. We fell from spiritual world and we can go back to the spiritual world. In spiritual world, what happens? This is one level where you see Garbhodakshai Vishnu. We just talked about him in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is Rasa Leela in the spiritual world and the knowledge given by Sri Krishna. So somebody may say, why not stay in the material world? Right? Material world is becoming more and more competitive. It is very, very competitive. Only one person will reach the top. Everybody else will fall somewhere in between. They will lose jobs. They'll be in financial trouble. There's this. Not possible to be happy throughout. And then decreased tolerance. People are not tolerating each other. Right? And then morality is decreasing. Right? Euthanasia. Now people are saying it's okay to kill your parents when they grow old. Right? In Portland, there are clinics where you can take somebody that you don't like, sign a paper, they will sign the paper, they'll be given an injection, finish. Oregon has euthanasia laws. Luckily, Washington doesn't have the laws. But when you grow old, your kids may put you into the backseat of a car. They say, Papa, we are going to Oregon for picnic. And then they'll take you to a euthanasia clinic and chapter close. That's possible because it's legal in Oregon. Abortion, of course, so many babies are being killed. Millions of babies are being killed. Surrogate motherhood. People are saying it is too heavy to carry a baby. So maybe somebody in Bangladesh will carry my baby. And then once the baby comes out, then it will be from my, husband's semen and my womb, but we'll put the womb in somebody else's body. Right? And people are drinking a lot. Actually, according to the Bible, verily I say unto you, I'll drink no more the fruit of the vine. Wine is not W-I-N-E, it is V-I-N-E. Vine means the plant from which the fruits are coming. So people changed that V to W and they started drinking. The entire Christian world drinks now. But some intelligent Christians have put this on the internet saying that according to Mark, wine is not drinking wine. It is a wine, like a grape wine or like, cabbage wine or, you have so many wines, right? Like even the snake gourd, bitter gourd, all these things grow on vines. So our world is movement of pleasure in a chain of misery. So when this rope is left, this person will be put in the streaming river. They'll say, "Save me, save me, save me," and this person will pull the rope down. Then you come out and you say, the world is such a nice place. Till again this fellow will lower it. So that's a way of torture. So if you don't upskill, you'll be unemployed very soon. So staying in material world is not an option. Very quickly, we have to get out of this material world. So I put these 3 slides together for the newcomers for my tomorrow's class, 4:45 p.m. So now I'm teaching 4 classes. Friday evening, Saturday evening, Sunday, 3:45 to 4:45 and 4:45 to 5. 2 different batches. So hopefully in this way, I'll keep teaching and I'll go back to Godhead. And everybody else will be still here. If they don't follow. If they follow me, then they will come. Okay, so 111. Yasyam sam shami samshaha paratmakhilanam
Yasyam sham shamshah paratmakilanam
posta vishnur bhati dugdhabdishayi
poshta vishnur bhati dugdabdi shayi
Shauni bharta yat kala so api anantas
Kshauni bharta yat kala sopi anantas
tam Shri Nityananda Ramam prapadye.
Shri Nityanandaramam prapadye.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama. Remember, for the last 3-4 verses, it's all about paying obeisances to Sri Nityananda Rama, who is the Adi Guru. Right? To approach Krishna, you have to go through Sri Nityananda Rama. Or in the disciplic succession, like Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, etc. and then coming to our own Srila Prabhupada. So we're saying we pay respects to Sri Nityananda Rama, whose secondary part is Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. Why do you say secondary part? Anybody know? We talked about it in the last verse. You already forgot.
So secondary, so that is Karnodakshay Vishnu and Garbhodakshay and Shirodakshay Vishnu, right, Prabhu? So secondary.
No. Karnodaksha is secondary. So who is primary part?
Primary is Krishna.
No. Krishna is stage 0. Stage 1 is, we just discussed that. You're forgetting. That's why we have to read every day. Maya is so powerful, you'll forget very quickly.
Okay, Sankarshana. Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah. Right? So from Krishna comes Sankarshana. From Sankarshana comes second Sankarshana. From Krishna comes the first Chaturviha, which is Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Anuruddha. From the first Sankarshana, again you have Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Anuruddha. And from the second Sankarshana comes Karnodakshay, Mahavishnu. So this is not ordinary science. This is very deep science. You have to pay very close attention. If you blink, it's gone. Right? From Karnodakshay Vishnu, you are right, Sarvana. We have Garbhodakshay and Shirodakshay.
Yeah. So Sri Nityananda Rama, so what they say, Prabhu, so he is, Sri Nityananda Rama is an expansion of, is Sankarshana? That's what...
No, he is the not expansion of Sankarshana, he is expansion of the Garbhodakshay Vishnu.
A partial part of whom is... No, here it says a
Sorry.
partial...
No, Sri Nityananda Rama is the expansion. Remember, we went here and he said Nityananda Rama's partial expansion is Karnodakshay Vishnu. So Nityananda Rama comes somewhere between Sankarshana and Karnodakshay Vishnu. Sri Nityananda Rama, who is known as Sankarshana, means he is the second Sankarshana, not the primary Sankarshana. Krishna,
Okay.
first Chaturvyuha. From the first Chaturvyuha comes second Chaturvyuha. So second Chaturvyuha Sankarshana is Sri Nityananda Rama.
Okay. Got it.
Huh? Yeah. For a moment, I got confused between the cause and the effect. Okay. So now we come to the next verse. We read the Sanskrit. So I offer my full obeisance to Sri Nityananda Rama, a partial part of whom is Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And from the navel of Garbhodakshay Vishnu sprouts the lotus, that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of universe. This most Indians know, right? If you say Vishnu lying down, you'll see this. You see this? From the navel, you have this cord. Everybody agrees upon this, right? Especially if you go to South Indian temples in Kerala, Ananta Padmanabha temple. So there will be 3 doors. First door, you only take darshan of the head. Second door, you take the darshan of the navel and the Brahma. And third door, you take darshan of the feet and Lakshmi Devi. He's so tall. He's so long. Get the point? So everybody understands this Vishnu, but most people don't understand the concept of Karnodakshay Mahavishnu. Right? So in this Hindu temple, you see that because Garbhodakshay Vishnu is in the water lying down on Sheshnag, they always put him in water. And this is not even in India. This is Kathmandu, which is Nepal. Nepal is a Hindu Rashtra, means they don't accept legally any other religion. India recognizes first Muslims, then Christians, and third they recognize Hindus. That is changing now with our current Prime Minister. Until recently, Hindus were third-class citizens. So that is the Vishnu. This is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Right, wherever you see a navel, a lotus flower coming, and Lakshmi Devi pressing the feet of Lord, this is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. That is what is being described here. From the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu sprouts the lotus, that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. So Brahma is the material engineer. Krishna is the spiritual engineer. Of course, Krishna directly doesn't do anything, right? As you can see, there is Karnodakshaya Vishnu, prior to that second Sankarshana, prior to that first Sankarshana. Then comes Krishna. He's far away. He doesn't care about this nitty-gritty of the day-to-day dealings of the universe. Yasyam sam sam saha paratma khilanam.
Yasyam sa amsam sah paratma kilanam.
So this is very interesting, right? Yasya amsa sa amsa sa amsaha means part of a part of a part. Posta Vishnur bhati dugdhabdishayi.
Posta Vishnur bhati dugdapti shayi.
Kshauni bharta yatkala so api anantas.
Kshauni bharta yat kalaso api anantas.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam prapadye.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam prapadye.
So this is where we were starting the debate. Unto the feet of Shri Nityananda Rama, whose secondary part is Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. Right? Not primary, but secondary part. That Kshirodakshai. So from Garbhodakshai comes Kshirodakshai. And Kshira means milk. So Kshira Sagara means milk ka ocean. That Kshirodakshai Vishnu is the super soul of all living entities. So in your heart right now, Kshirodakshai Vishnu is sitting. He is the super soul of all living entities. And the maintainer of all universes. Sheshanaga is his further subpart. So this is Garbhodakshai, right? You're all with me? This is Garbhodakshai. Now let's go and see Kshirodakshai. Kshirodakshai Vishnu. You see, this is Kshira Sagar. This is near Brahmaloka, close to the border of material world and spiritual world. But he's also there in every atom, including the laptop that you are watching this program on. He's everywhere. And Sheshanag is also there. So you see Sheshanag is always there. And even with Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, one form of Lakshmi is there. Lakshmi Sahasra Sambrama Sevyamanam Govinda Madipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Sahasra, thousands of Lakshmis are competing to serve Krishna or his expansion in form of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu or Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. It is interesting because if you see Karnodakshaya Mahavishnu, let's see that. Karnodakshaya Maha. By the way, if you tell your relatives all these different forms of Vishnu, they'll think you're crazy because they don't know these things. There is no proper diagram of Karna. This is Karnadaksha Mahavishnu, from whose bodily pores these universes are coming. Right? This is Karnadaksha Mahavishnu. Do you see Lakshmi Devi at his feet? No.
No.
No. In Karnadaksha Mahavishnu, there is no Lakshmi Devi at the feet because this is a gigantic form. Think of one universe 4 billion miles wide. We are talking about a billion universes. Billion times billion. How much is that? That is the size of Karnadaksha Mahavishnu's length. So Lakshmi Devi will not have opportunity to press his feet. She'll be like a tiny speck here at his feet. And we'll be a tiny speck in one of these universes. So Karnadaksha Vishnu, typically you will not see. But it's not like Lakshmi Devi is not there. She's there in his heart. Right? Vakshasthala. Mahavishnur
Mahavishnur Jagatkarta
Mayaya Yah Srijati Yadaha
Mayaya Yah Srijati Adaha
Tasyavatara Evayam
Tasya Avatara Evayam
Advaitacharya Ishvaraha.
Advaitacharya Ishvaraha.
Lord Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create cosmic world through actions of Maya. Right? So if you look at Pancha Tattva, so Sri Krishna Chaitanya, middle. Prabhu Nityananda, the gentleman in blue. Sri Advaita, here, the gentleman in red dhoti. Gadadhara, the old gentleman in light blue dhoti. Shrivasadi, this Jivatma here. So in this Panchatattva, this is the only Jivatma, Shrivas Thakur. He represents you and me, Jivas. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna and Radha put together, but primarily Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram. Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu. So you have Lord's internal potency, the Adi Guru, Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu, and the Jiva Tattva. This is called the Pancha Tattva. 5 fundamental elements. So even Vishnu is not the same as Krishna. That's why these are 5 individual tattvas. Questions on that one? That is why if you go to Mayapur, it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Dham. Although we have Radha Madhava, primary deities are Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? If you look at Mayapur. Yeah. You see, the size of the deities, people have to put a big table at the back and stand on the table to give him bath. Huge metal deities, Panchaloha deities. And not one person. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people are giving bath to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For Advaita Acharya, 1, 2, 3, maybe there's one person at the back. 4 people are giving him bath. Such big deities. Amazing deities. And after they put that, now they are putting Chandan on his body. How many devotees? For Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 1, 2 in the front, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the back. Right? And you and I are not allowed to touch them. This is Banu Maharaj. This is Gopal Krishna Maharaj. These are all sannyasis. You and I are not even allowed to touch them. So that is the, now previous verse we got previous, I think 5 or 6 verses, we got the position of Nityananda Prabhu. Now Advaita Acharya is being described as an incarnation of Mahavishnu. Advaitam Harinadvaitad
Advaitam Harina Advaitad
Acharyam Bhakti Samsanat
Acharyam Bhakti Samshanat
Bhaktavataram Isham Tam
Bhaktavataramisham Tam
Advaitacharyam Ashraye.
Advaitacharyam Ashray.
Because he, Advaita Acharya, is non-different from Hari. Ultimately what? He is Mahavishnu, the Supreme Lord. He is called Advaita because he propagates the cult of devotion. He is called Acharya. So he doesn't come as the Lord. He comes as an Acharya. Right? See, if you look at the Panchatattva, none of them, of course, Srivas Thakur is Jiva Tattva, but the remaining 4 gentlemen, they don't come as God, they come as devotees. You see that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as an Acharya. Nityananda Prabhu comes as the first Guru. Advaita Acharya comes as an Acharya. Gadadhar Pandit comes as a Pandit, teaching. They all came to teach us the love of Krishna. They came as teachers. They didn't come as God. Therefore, I take shelter of him. Right? Advaitacharyam Ashraye. Ashray. Right? Sometimes you have restaurants, the name will be Ashray. What does Ashray really means? Ashray means shelter. Prapadye. In the previous verses, about 5 or 6 verses ago, we used the term prapadye. Prapannam means surrender. Ashray means shelter. You take the shelter of a guru to surrender unto God. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam
Panchatattvam Krishnam
Bhaktarupa Swarupakam
Bhaktarupa Swarupakam
Rupakam
Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam
Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam
Namami Bhakta Shaktikam.
Namami Bhakta Shaktikam.
I offer my obeisances. What does obeisances mean? Disha, what does obeisances mean? Disha, are you there?
Prabhu, she is not around, Prabhu.
Okay, so you tell, what does obeisances mean?
Obeisances at the feet of the Lord.
Yeah, but what does obeisance itself mean?
Forgiveness?
I said this 2 times
No.
today. Shashtanga Namaskar.
Namaskar, yes, Prabhu.
Not just Namaskar, Shashtang. You have to fall down on the ground. Full Namaskar.
Ground on the feet, yeah. Full Namaskar. Okay, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
So, offer obeisances unto Supreme Lord, who is non-different from his features as a devotee, devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee and devotional energy. So these people, these 5 individuals are, one is a devotee, one is devotional incarnation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, devotional manifestation, pure devotee and devotional energy. He's going to give description right now. Jayatam Surato Pangor
Tam Surato Pangor
Mama Manda Matergate
Mama Manda Mate Gati
Gati
Matsarvasya Padam Bhojo
Matsarvasva padambojau
Ambojau.
Radha Madana Mohana.
Radha Madana Mohana.
Mohano.
So glory to all merciful Radha and Madan Mohan. I am lame and ill-advised. Yet they are my directors. Means Radha and Madan Mohan Krishna are directors. And their lotus feet are everything to me. Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadhrumadaha.
Divya Vrittaranya Kalpa Drumadaha.
Shrivadratnagara Simhasanastita.
Shri Nagara
Srimatratnagara Simhasanastato.
Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo.
Srimad Radha Srila
Radha
Govinda
Shri
Devo
Govinda Devo.
Nishtalibihi Sevyamanav Smarami.
Prastalibhi Sevyamanav Smarami.
In the temple of jewels in Vrindavan, underneath a desire tree, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, served by their most confidential associates, sit upon an effulgent throne. I offer my humble obeisances to them. So Radha Govinda are seated in a temple. And we are offering Shashtang Namaskar to them. Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi
Shriman Rasa Rasam P.
Vamshi Vatatastitaha
Vamsivata
Karshan Venuswaner Gopir
Karshan Venus Swanai Gopi.
Swadir Gopir.
Gopinatha Shriyestuna.
Gopinatha Shri
Shri Tunaha.
Sri Srila Gopinatha, who originated in the transcendental mellow of the Rasa dance. So my Guru Maharaj gave me the name Radhika Gopinatha Dasa. So I have Krishna's name. Stands on the shore in as a servant, of course, not Krishna directly, Krishna's servant. Stands on the shore in Sri Vamshivata and attracts the attention of the cowherd damsels with his celebrated flute. May they all confer upon us their benediction. What is benediction?
Something that God gives to the people
But
when
what is
they're
God
happy.
to people? Benediction means blessing.
Yeah.
Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda.
Jayo Jai Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda.
Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda.
Jayo Jayo Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaurava.
Jaya Dvaita
Chandra
Chandra
Jaya
Jaya
Gaura Bhakta
Gaura
Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaurava.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya
Jaya
Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda.
Vrinda.
Normally, before reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, this verse is sung. At least I've seen many senior people sing this 2 lines before giving the class on Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, we are talking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, and Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, means all the other devotees. Glory to Sri Chaitanya Nityananda, glory to Advaita Chandra, and glory to all the devotees of Sri Gaura, Lord Chaitanya. एति नटाकुर गौड़िया के करिया चेन आत्मसात
Etina Thakura Gaudiya ke Kariye Chana Atmasat.
एति नेर चरण वंदन्ति नमोरनाथ
Etinara Karana Vandon Tina Moranata.
We have to figure out what the meter is for this. We'll figure it out. These three deities of Vrindavan, Madan Mohan, Govind and Gopinath. I had the good fortune of going to all three temples, Vrindavan Yatra. I have absorbed the heart and soul of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Gaudiya Vaishnavas means, Gaudiya means Bengal Desh, Vaishnavas, followers of Vishnu. Actually, they are followers of Lord Chaitanya because in Bengal, originally, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda were the primary deities. I worship their lotus feet for they are lords of my heart. So it is better to worship to Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda than Krishna and Balaram. Because Krishna and Balaram are very strict, whereas Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda are very merciful. Okay, Shiva, read this.
Okay, Prabhu. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita offers his respectful obeisances onto the three deities of Vrindavana named Sri Radha Madana Mohana, Sri Radha Govinda Deva, and Sri Radha Gopinathaji. These three deities are the life and soul of the Bengali Vaishnavas or Gaudiya Vaishnavas who have a natural aptitude for residing in Vrindavana. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas who follow strictly in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worship the divinity by chanting transcendental sounds mean to develop a sense of one's transcendental relationship with the Supreme Lord, a reciprocation of melos, rasas, of mutual affection, and ultimately the achievement of the desired success in the loving service. These three deities are worshipped in three different stages of one's development. The followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu scrupulously follow these principles of approach. Gaudiya Vaishnavas pursue the ultimate objective in Vedic hymns, composed of 18 transcendental letters that adore Krishna as Madana Mohana, Govinda, and Gopijanavallabha. The Madana Mohana is he who charms Cupid, the god of love. Govinda is he who pleases the senses and the cows. And Gopijanavallabha is the transcendental lover of the gopis. Krishna himself is called Madana Mohana, Govinda, Gopijanavallabha, and countless other names as he plays in his different pastimes with his devotees. The three deities, Madana Mohana, Govinda, and Gopijanavallabha, have very specific qualities. Worship of Madana Mohana is on the platform of re-establishing our forgotten relationship with the personality of Godhead. In the material world, we are presently in utter ignorance of our eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord. Pango refers to one who cannot move independently by his own strength. And Mandamete is one who is less intelligent because he is too absorbed in materialistic activities. It is best for such persons not to aspire for success in fruitive activities or mental speculation, but instead simply to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The perfection of life is simply to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The perfection of, in the beginning of our spiritual life, we must therefore worship Madana Mohana so that he may attract us and nullify our attachment for material sense gratification. This relationship with Madana Mohana is necessary for neophyte devotees. When one wishes to render service to the Lord with strong attachment, one worships Govinda on the platform of transcendental service. Govinda is the reservoir of all pleasures. When by the grace of Krishna, the devotees, one preaches perfection in devotional service, he can appreciate Krishna as Gopijanavallabha, the pleasure deity of the damsels of Vraja.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So, beginning of spiritual life, we worship Radha Madan Mohana, so that we get relationship with Madan Mohana It is necessary for neophyte, means early stage devotee. Okay. So when one wishes to render service to Lord with strong attachment, then we worship Govinda. And when we reach perfection, then we can appreciate Gopijanavallabha. So there are 3 stages according to Chaitanya Charitamrita. We start with Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind, Radha Madan Mohan for the relationship, reviving relationship, Radha Govinda to perform service in a strong attachment, and Radha Gopijanavallabha when we reach perfection. We are not here. We are here still. We should worship Radha Madan Mohan because we are neophytes, means beginners. Okay, continue.
Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this mode of devotional service in 3 stages. And therefore, these worshipable deities were installed in Vrindavana by different Goswamis. They are very dear to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas there, who visit the temples at least once a day. Besides the temples of these 3 deities, many other temples have been established in Vrindavana, such as the temple of Radha Damodara of Jiva Goswami, the temple of Shyamasundara of Shyamananda Goswami, the temple of Gokulanandana of Lokanath Goswami, and the temple of Radha Ramana of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. There are 7 temples over 400 years old that are the most important of the 5,000 temples now existing in Vrindavana. Wow.
So basically, in addition to those 3, we have Radha Damodar temple established by Jiva Goswami, right? Who is disciple. Last time we covered this. He is disciple of either Rupa or Sanatana Goswami, or there is one more layer in between, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have Shamsundar temple by Shamananda Goswami, Gokulananda temple of Lokanatha Goswami, and Radharaman temple of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So 4 plus 3, total of 7. Okay, go ahead.
Gaudiya indicates the part of India between the southern side of the Himalayan mountains and the northern part of the Vindhya hills, which is called Aryavartha, the land of the Aryans. This portion of India is divided into 5 parts of or provinces: Panchagauda Sesa, Saraswata, Kashmir and Punjab, Kanyakubja, Uttar Pradesh, including the modern city of Lucknow, Madhya Gauda, Madhya Pradesh, Maithila, Bihar and part of Bengal, and Utkala, part of Bengal and the whole of Orissa. Bengal is sometimes called Gauda Desa, partly because it forms a portion of Maithili and partly because the capital of the Hindu king Raja Lakshmana Sena was known as Gauda. This old capital later came to be known as Gaudapura and gradually Mayapur. The devotees of Orissa are called Udiyas. The devotees of Bengal are called Gaudiyas. And the devotees of southern India are known as Dravida devotees. As there are 5 provinces in Aryavartha, so Daksinathya, southern India, is also divided into 5 provinces, which are called Pancha Dravida. The 4 Vaishnava Acharyas, who are the great authorities of the 4 Vaishnava disciplinic successions, as well as Sripada Shankaracharya of the Mayavada school, who are all accepted by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Sri Ramanuja Acharya appeared in the southern part of Andhra Pradesh at Mahabubabutapuri. Sri Madhava Acharya appeared at Pajakam near Vimanagiri in the district of Mangalore. Sri Vishnu Swami appeared at Pandya. Sri Nimbharka appeared at Mungera Patana in the extreme south. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
So this is very
accepted
important,
the
right?
chain of discipline.
Like all these key people appeared in the South India for these 4 different sampradayas. So why we don't know, but supposedly people from South India are more devotional, and that is pretty commonly seen also. Whenever you give a Bhagavad Gita class, you'll see a lot of people for whatever reason from South India attend those classes, right? Okay, although in the Gauda Desha you'll have lot of culture, right? You see in Saraswata, Kanyakubja, Mithila, and Utkala, lot of spiritual places like temples and everything else. But Srila Prabhupada makes a point that the 4 Vaishnava Acharyas as well as Shankaracharya, they all appeared in the Dravida provinces in the southern part of modern India. Okay, go ahead.
Mm,
Shri
to,
Chaitanya.
okay, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the chain of disciplining succession from Madhavacharya, but the Vaishnavas in his line do not accept the Tattvavadis, who also claim to belong to the Madhava Sampradaya. To distinguish themselves clearly from the Tattvavada branch of Madhava's descendants, the Vaishnavas of Bengal prefer to call themselves Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Sri Madhavacharya is also known as Sri Gauda Puranananda, and therefore the name Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya is quite suitable for the disciplinic succession of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Our spiritual master, Om Vishnupada Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaja, accepted initiation in the Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya.
Yeah, so right now we are following the same thing. For example, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master is from this sampradaya, so Srila Prabhupada is automatically in this one. My spiritual master took initiation from Srila Prabhupada, and then I took initiation from my spiritual master, so it's all continuing. This sampradaya is continuing. And there are 4 sampradayas, and whoever follows properly, you have to respect them. However, there is a lot of revival happening in the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. So our head of our Sampradaya is Brahmaji himself, his son Narada Muni, and then it's coming down to, like I was discussing earlier in this PowerPoint, it comes down to from Narada to Bhakti Vinod Thakur to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to Swami Prabhupada. So that's what Swami Prabhupada is referring here. Om Vishnupada Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. That is this gentleman here, who used to be the sannyasi who traveled in cars, spoke English language, so as to attract more modern minded people, right? Because if you sit under a tree in the forest in Vrindavan, nobody's going to come to you. So he came to the cities and he preached. And his disciple, Swami Prabhupada, went around the world 7 times to preach all over the world. So he took it even a step further. Right? So this is the great Sampradaya. Actually, this is a very good history. This particular purport is a fantastic purport. Right? It talks about if you are in beginning stages, Madan Mohan, little advanced, you go to Govinda, and if you are more advanced, you go to Gopijanavallabha. Right? And then he talks about the other 4 temples, Radha Damodar of Jiv Goswami, Shama Sundar of Shamananda Goswami, Gokulananda by Loknath Goswami, Radha Raman of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. Right? So, yeah, it's very lot of good information. And then goes into a lot of history of Gauda Desha and Dravida Desha. Gauda Desha is practically all of North India, right? We're talking from Kashmir to Punjab. Then you come down to Uttar Pradesh, then to Madhya Pradesh, then you come to Bihar, Bengal, Orissa. Practically the whole country, North India. Very interesting. Any questions? So people born in South India, you are very lucky, right? Because all the 4 acharyas came from South India. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came from Northeast, but the principal 4 acharyas came from, the teachers came from South India. And it spread in North India, right? For example, if you see Vishnu Swami's teachings are more prevalent and Nimbarkacharya's teachings are more prevalent in Gujarat, Sindh, not so much Punjab because Punjab was overtaken by more of the Guru Nanak and their chain of command, which is more Mayavadi actually. They don't believe in form of Krishna. They say Krishna, yes, but they believe in the form of formlessness, right? They pray to formless God, Nirakar. Okay, let's chant then. Sri Krishna Chaitanya